Welcome to the Stop Playing podcast with Sham and Shaka. I'm Sham.
I'm Shaka. What's going on, Sham?
Not much, Shaka. Just gearing up for one of the best sports ever.
I mean, I'm smiling from ear to ear.
You're really excited.
This is not in the sequential order of episodes. Let's get that straight right now. This is a very special episode. This is the NFL preview episode.
Yes.
Let's get this thing going. Because entertainment, politics, sports is this. But entertainment, politics, news, we have all of those. Those will be put to the sideline today.
Sideline. I like it.
Exactly. I'll be here all week. But you know what? The news for the NFL has not disappointed at all.
It has not.
Wait, out the gate, starting. So, would you layer out, or would you like to lay out a format?
We're just gonna go around each conference. We're gonna start with the NFC East and go division by division, and then we're gonna end up at the AFC West.
Fans, this was not planned. Okay,
it was by me.
Either. Okay, it wasn't planned by me. I've been manipulated into this situation. No, and we're gonna break down teams. We're not gonna spend an extraordinary or extra amount of time on teams. We will pick division winners, and I mean, are we gonna pick playoffs and Super Bowl champs? Are you prepared to do this?
You know I don't do this.
You don't do that?
You know this is not my jam. That's not my drush.
So we're gonna go as far as division winners?
Yeah, we can go who we think by division.
Okay. I might jump out there.
You will jump out there.
I might jump out there and do like conference winners.
We've all met you before.
Yeah. I was a few plays off from a completely accurate prediction for last year.
You were.
Yeah. A handful of plays. Controversial plays at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like rule-changing plays. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's get this thing going.
All right.
Now, last year, when we started with the NFC East, we would start with the Super Bowl champion Eagles. They're now the former.
Yes. The former Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
But they have the title, the most recent title in that division.
Yes, they do.
Would you like to start with them?
Well, by all means.
So it will be an accurate symmetry because you're going to start and I'm going to finish.
Again, the plan.
Yeah.
So I have it all in my head.
How do we feel about the Eagles? And how do we feel about the NFC East and how do we feel about the Eagles?
I mean, the Eagles are spectacular. I mean, look, I try not to get too overly excited about. You know me, I'm all about seeing it as it unfolds. I don't like to be disappointed. They've been basically ranked the best team in the NFL right now, top to bottom.
Really?
Yeah, and this has been in the news for the past couple, which I don't feel they are, because I'm always very reasonable about my team.
Overpromise, underdeliver.
Exactly. So this is people are akinning this to the time when they supposedly had the Vince Young.
The dream. Was it the dream team?
It was the dream team.
Is that the dream team too?
The Vince Young coined dream team, because that was not anything else.
My man Namdi was part of that team?
Yeah, he was getting smoked. Poor thing. So yeah. From top to bottom, I wouldn't say from top, because we have a quarterback that we really have questions. Carson Wentz, he just got the max deal though a couple months ago. We really don't know who our backups are. I mean, the best backup we had was our Super Bowl MVP, and that was a big loss. He's in Jacksonville now.
That will be one Mr. Nick Foles.
Mr. Nick Foles.
Jersey is in the Hall of Fame for the last team that we'll be talking about this podcast today.
7 touchdowns. So there's that. We got some additions. We got some people back.
Yes.
We got Deshaun Jackson back, wide receiver.
I mean, get him that ball.
Get him the ball, there'll be a problem. He's a Kirk box. An enjoyable Kirk box.
Yes.
Vinny Curry is also back. Both of them came back from Tampa Bay, defensive end, which I'm excited about because I always felt like they should
get that line.
Yeah, I was always kind of like mad that they cut him, but they did it to make room for Michael Bennett, who is now gone.
No, and hurt.
Yeah,
you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that. So it doesn't look like such a bad idea now.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Also, Malik Jackson, he's going to be on that line with Mr. Cox. They're going to be.
I mean, I like how you act like you don't like him, but you're glad he's on that line.
I don't like him.
But you're glad he's on the line. He's good.
Okay.
All right. I mean, we can move on, but I just wanted an acknowledgement.
So we also got Zach Brown from the Redskins. I don't know what he's gonna do, but we about to figure that out. He was brought in to, I guess, replace Jordan Hicks, who went out to Arizona.
Most people who come from the Redskins to the Eagles do better on the Eagles. So he'll probably do whatever he did for the Redskins. He'll do better for y'all.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about the Eagles, though, they always like pluck like a running back from like one of the Big Five schools. Yes. Well, not the Big Five. This kid, Miles Sanders, came from Penn State. But they always find a kid like right there in Pennsylvania that ends up being like pretty decent. Brian Westbrook, Shady McCoy, Karan Clement, I think. I want to say. Well, where is he from?
I'll go with the first two.
Not Karan Clement. That's not it's not Karan, but Corey Clement. I'm sorry. Karan Clement is a 400-meter hurdler, and I got that on the brain because I've been watching track and field. So the running back situation is a little up in the air. They have some people back from last year, and they got the kid Miles Sanders. They signed Darren Sproles to one more year.
I mean, how old is Darren Sproles at this point?
36, probably.
I mean, okay.
35, 36.
I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, that's fine.
It's a 1-year contract. Like it's there's no problem. As always, I'm going to be concerned about our secondary because our secondary is a problem.
So is Jalen Mills still on the team?
Yes.
All right, that's all I need to know. Yes. Is he the starter?
Well, he's coming off an injury, so we don't know him and Ron Darby.
Okay.
Or Darby.
I mean, if y'all didn't draft a corner of any import,
apparently we got like 8 corners or 8 defensive backs.
All right.
Or something like that. So we doing all right.
All right, and guys, we're not going to spend as much time on all the teams as we do on our teams.
Obviously, yes. we don't care that much about them.
Correct.
We don't have our hearts invested.
Correct. But Jalen Mills is starting. Yeah, if y'all didn't draft a corner in the first 3 rounds, then Jalen Mills is marching out there week 1. So buckle up. We
were like a corner factory last year. Like
that's cool, but
why we need to draft anymore?
He was a stable part of. He was a stable nail in that factory. So buckle up.
Stable burnt nail.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, so my big concerns are always going to be the secondary because I feel like the NFC East has like the worst collective set of secondary in the league. And Carson Wentz, we don't know what he has this year. He's been hurt 2 years in a row.
I think he's good. It's just a matter of being healthy.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. Availability is the best ability.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Good quote.
No, I didn't make it up at all. Yeah, they've been.
No, I figured. That's what I'm saying. It was a good quote. I don't know where you got it from, but it sounded good.
Yeah. But without Nick Foles there, it'll be interesting to see how he responds to that, positively and negatively. Because I think last year he was looking over his shoulder a little bit because a lot of people were calling for Foles. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and then it won't be an issue. If he doesn't, then we'll see about the backup situation.
Nick Sudfeld.
So there you go. Personally, I think you're looking at the abyss in that situation. So, but anyway, all right. So all that being said, where do they land? We don't have to talk about record, but just in division.
Oh, they're gonna win the division.
They're gonna win the division.
Oh, I think they're gonna win the division.
All right. So let's talk about the rest of the division if you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right. So who do we start with next?
Oh, come on. You know who we got to go to next. Yes!
Yeah. All right, the Cowboys. So look, Cowboys have a little bit of intrigue out the gate. Ezekiel Ali is holding out. Now, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article in the Ringer about the 5 holdouts. He's one of them. As we go across the teams, I'll touch upon the other ones. Another person in this division is the most interesting one, but Zeke is kind of interesting. So Zeke is holding out. He wants obviously a huge contract, kind of in the Todd Gurley direction.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Todd Gurley, he's been very healthy, but he's missed games because of off-the-field stuff. Of all the organizations to trip over off-the-field stuff, the Cowboys are the least able to do that. So I don't think that should be an issue. It's just a matter of you got too many people to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay him. You got to pay Dak. You got to pay Amari Cooper. They've already paid DeMarcus Lawrence. So they pay people. Zeke, and the Ringer article put it great, so I'm not even going to take their credit. They said, okay, you know what? This is a game of musical chairs. The Cowboys have to pay a bunch of people in a short amount of time, and Zeke knows if he would just wait in line, he may not get paid. So he's trying to jump the line right now because Amari Cooper and Dak are going to be up next year, and they're going to pay them. So Zeke knows if they pay them, they won't have money for him. And by then, he'll be 1 year older as a running back. So he wants his money now. That's what this is about. Here's the question. If you're Dallas, do you pay him? I don't pay him as much as he wants, but I give him a good offer because I believe more in him than I believe definitely in Dak. And Amari Cooper, even though he's been good for them, you can find a receiver anyway. You pay Zeke. He's been the reason you've been successful for the last 2 or 3 years. Any success you've ever had. That's my position. But the running back position as a whole is devalued. It's like a car. It loses value the second you drive off the lot.
And especially there, too, because the success of their greatest running back was based off their offensive line. The Cowboys are very good about putting a great line around their running backs to make them successful. So, and I'm not saying that Zeke isn't good because he is. He does some things where you're like, whoa, okay. But I don't know. It's like you said, running back. Well, I feel like maybe a running back is a dime a dozen in their case. Like, why pay Amari Cooper, who, I mean, he's been inconsistent. Like, He was not very good as a Raider. He had moments of goodness.
He started out very good, and then tapered off. And
I think a lot of him being really good towards the end of last season was off of like emotion. Like, I'll show you Raiders for.
Yeah. And we mismanaged him.
Yeah, you did. So I figure if I'm the Cowboys, if I'm going to pay anybody, I would pay Zeke. And then I wouldn't pay Dak as much as people are saying that he's about to get.
Yo, I mean, that's all about him getting $30 a year.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. What has Dak Prescott done? At all. And what has he done when Zeke has been out? Or before Amari Cooper got there last year, Dak was looking like he should get traded.
He was.
Or cut.
He was looking like a dust bucket.
Yes. So if I'm either one of those guys, I'm like, how are you getting paid before me? So if I'm Zeke, I understand the team's position and the fact that he's a running back, but get your bag. So here's the thing. I think this might turn out to be an Emmitt Smith situation. If Zeke goes into the season, they may lose a game or two, and then Jerry Jones may panic and pay. So I think that's how that's going to. He would. I think Zeke may actually get paid out of this and end up winning. That being said, I still think Dallas has a few problems. Dak Prescott is not the answer at quarterback. I'm going to say it. He's not the problem, and I think he's okay, but he's not the answer. So I do like the Eagles for the division. I don't like the Cowboys. I think they'll be okay. Hopefully, Jason Garrett finally gets the axe that has long been looming, and we go from there.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up because it seems that Jerry Jones has lost some faith in Jason Garrett. Like, he's not even like trying to extend his contract at this point. Yeah. Maybe he's off of the Garrett train.
Yeah, I mean, he made it clear. Prove something to him.
Yeah.
First time he told him that. All right. So Cowboys. All right. Middling season, maybe Jason Garrett gets fired. All right. Where do we want to go? New York or DC?
I mean, either one is a shit show.
Actually, let's go to New York first. So, Sham, I saw a meme today. Someone took a meme. Someone went to Giants camp. It took a snippet of Daniel Jones's first 10 passes. Apparently, there were nine incompletions and an interception. After the 10th, I guess the crowd caught on and started booing him at camp.
Oh, Daniel.
I think the interception got sprinkled in there in the 5th or 6th pass. They tried to let that go, and then 3 or 4 more incompletions, and the boos start coming out. Listen, that along with they have had a rash of injuries. Injuries and incidents. So, Shepard is hurt, I believe. Not torn, but maybe strained MCL.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, so he's out. Golden Tate, newly acquired, immediately got suspended today for PEDs.
Well, let's clarify that.
Now he will.
It was a fertility drug that he was taking because he and his wife are trying to.
That is his story.
Well, let's.
Now we talked about Golden Tate in the past, and every single way we've talked about him,
it hasn't been favorable.
It hasn't been favorable. But okay, I'm buying it. He's appealing, so he may not get suspended. But the point being, he's suspended, and then I think they have another injury as well. For broken thumb. Someone has a broken thumb. The Giants' receiving core is non-existent right now. Odell Beckham Jr. is firing shots all over the place. We'll get to that. But yeah, so we have that. Saquon Barkley is great, so he's still going to be great.
They don't deserve him. They don't deserve him at all.
The Giants' defense, I haven't heard enough about them, and that's what you need to hear about when you're talking about the Giants. And the fact that I haven't heard about them is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think they did enough in the draft to address it. Mm-hmm. Listen, Saquon Barkley is going to be great, but I still don't see enough from the Giants to make me believe that they're going to be a threat at all.
Nah. I mean, usually around this time, you do hear a lot about their defense, and then they end up being smashed throughout the season. So maybe it's a good thing that we haven't heard anything about them, so everybody can be surprised. I mean, they picked up Dexter Lawrence was their first round pick. Okay. He's a defensive tackle. Okay. So they have him, and then but you're right. They had some losses last year. Yeah. One of them being obviously Odell Beckham Jr. and then the other one, I was about to call him Landon Donovan. That's a soccer player.
Landon Collins.
Landon Collins.
Went to the team we're about to talk about next?
Yes. So I love that I called out the wrong names of these players.
Anybody, I mean, not too many people named Landon. Especially not too many black people named Landon. So I forgive that error all the way.
So, do I think the Giants are going to be trash? Yes.
Right. Giants trash. I mean, that was one of the things we got right from Jump Street last year. And we never wavered, and it never failed. All right, so Giants won't be a threat. Now, let's get to the Washington Redskins. Now, listen. The Redskins have their best player, who is Trent Williams, who we haven't really talked about on the show, but he's been a stellar left tackle for them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely stellar. He's been a rock on that left side, the blind side of the quarterback, for years. Mm-hmm. He's had a few problems, weed here with a few suspensions, but for the most part, he's been a rock.
I like how you say, weed here, a few suspensions,
here and there, whatever. Typical NFL stupid stuff. He made it known in the offseason, early before OTAs, that he was very upset about. Actually, we did talk about this a little bit, I believe. He had, I don't want to call it cyst. It was more sort of a tumor, for lack of a better word, on his brain. and it was removed during the offseason. And he blamed the Washington Redskins medical staff for not spotting this sooner and having it removed. And at the time, I told, we called Kamal out on the show, so I don't think he'll mind. I told Kamal at the time, who's a Redskins fan, hey, listen, man, this is a problem. This guy's talking about, he's not talking about money. He's talking about
life and
his
death.
faith in the team. And life and death, and the fact that he has no faith in his medical staff, which, by the way, is coming to fire. And Kamal took it seriously, but at the same time, he and a bunch of other Redskins fans was like, yeah, but we think this can be smoothed out, and this probably is about money. Well, we don't know that. It's probably about both. Sham, here's the other interesting tidbit. I found out today. Maybe other people knew it before. You know who's going to start at left tackle if Trent Williams continues to hold out?
Oh,
Because he's holding out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Do it.
One Mr. Eric Flowers, who the Redskins saw up close and personal for the New York Giants, who might be one of the worst offensive linemen I've ever seen. He should not be in the league. He should not be in anybody's league or even on their bench, much less starting. The Ringer called him a human turnstile, and I cannot disagree with that. Eric Flowers is horrible. Eric Flowers let somebody get around him last year, and you know how they call clipping, and it's like kind of a technical call? He literally stuck his leg out because he could not do his job and block the person and clip them with his leg. It was ridiculous. It was the worst play by offensive lineman I've ever seen. The Redskins, the delta between Eric Flowers and Trent Williams is so big that Trent Williams has all the leverage in the whole world. And if they don't pay him to get him back on that line, that abyss is deep that they're looking into. Because they have a new quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, and literally a rookie quarterback. Now, granted, they brought in Case Keenum. He's the presumptive starter.
I was just going to ask you, who are they starting? I mean, I would assume it would be Case Keenum.
Is Case Keenum?
Because is Colt McCoy even healthy? Like,
he's the 3.
Is he, cause
he's not healthy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, healthy. So, no, I mean, well, from last year's injury.
Yeah, no, I believe he's recovered, but he's the 3. Dwayne Haskins is the presumptive backup, but, I mean, look, it doesn't matter because if Eric Flowers is in there, Case Keenum will get sacked on the first play and get out of the game. Then they'll have to get Dwayne Haskins in there, and then he's going to have to run for his life. So the Redskins are looking into the abyss in that sense. Other than that, AP's coming back even though he's broke. So you damn sure know he's going to play some hell of a football to earn his money. They do have Landon Collins, as we talked about. Mm-hmm. That is a good upgrade for safety for their defense. And the Redskins have a decent defensive line. They've gotten some good push. So
I by the way, hate Brian Kerrigan.
And Kerrigan is good.
Yeah, no, that's why I hate him.
Yeah. I think their big problem will be offensive line, and they need to get the running back position settled.
Well, right now, Adrian Peterson is like number 1 on the depth chart.
Well, but Adrian Peterson, who I love, by the way, and
he's old.
My favorite. He's old. So they need to get, and he's not a third down back. He can't catch the ball out the backfield. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They also need to get wide receiver. They've drafted some wide receivers, so I feel them on that. That O-line is going to be a problem. If Trent Williams does not come back, this whole season takes a horrible turn for them.
Won't be a problem for me.
The Redskins are wildly inconsistent in general. Even though I don't think Jay Gruden is a bad coach, I think they're a bad organization.
I think he's ready for his contract to expire.
Yeah, he feels like he looks like he's ready to get out.
He's ready. Yeah.
So they're not going to be a threat either. All right, we're out of these. Or I'm out of these.
Well, I just wanted to bring up Josh Norman, who has been running with the Bulls.
You're right. He thought it was a good idea to try to jump over a bull in the offseason. Yeah. They should have cut him for that.
He's lunching.
They were going to cut. I heard talks they were going to cut him anyway.
He's out here like violating all types of contract
Yes.
obligations.
And Jay Gruden laughed it off, but that had to be after he kirked out about it behind closed doors.
He might as well just get on a motorcycle and crash it because
Correct.
he's just doing like ridiculous stuff. But I just wanted to bring it up because it was funny that he's just been out here trying to jump over boats.
So Eagles got these.
Yeah.
All right. What was it? East?
North.
North.
So right off top, I think Chicago's going to win the division again.
The Chicago Bears.
I think they're going to win it again.
And not much to say about that. Mitch Trubisky, we'll see how he develops over the season as a quarterback. That's the thing about the Bears. Defense is one of those things. You bring good defensive players in, it doesn't take long to mesh because it's not about meshing. What are you going to do about them? What are you going to do about Khalil Mack and the rest of that defense? Nothing.
Not much you can do.
Yeah. Oh, well, they took us by surprise last year. No, they didn't. They
were good.
Yeah, they're good. And you can't do anything about that. Yeah. So, you know what? It's all about Mitch Trubisky and what that offense does. And I think the Bears will be fine. Mitch Trubisky showed me last year that he's not a liability. So, that's all.
And he gradually got better throughout the season. Like, by the end of the season, you were convinced that he was going to be okay.
The Bears lost because of special teams, so they need to find another kicker. That's it.
Who'd they lose to?
Yeah.
And speaking of people who did not impress us last year, Kirk Cousins. So
the Vikings now.
Yeah, moving on to Minnesota.
Woo. Man, you want to talk about that seat is hot.
Talk about somebody out kicking their coverage.
Man. Kirk Cousins.
Literally.
I mean, his first interception, those boos are going to be loud and heavy. Kirk Cousins his margin for error is zero.
Yeah.
Look, the Vikings essentially have the same team, the same coach. They made a few additions, but they still have Stephon Diggs, Thielen, Kirk Cousins, all those people.
Thielen is a beast, though.
Yeah, and Diggs, they expect this year to be what last year was, to have it come together and make a move.
Didn't they lose one of their running backs though?
Probably.
I think so, but he was a sometime back because I think he got hurt a part of the year and then he got replaced and then.
Shoot, I know what you're talking about. Anyway, yes, they did. We'll look that up, but the Vikings have no excuse. They had no excuse to drop a lot of games they dropped last year. No.
Yeah, and a lot of them because of Kirk Cousins' bad decision making.
Yeah. And guess what? Is it Shermer? No, Shermer's the Giants. Zimmer? One of them. They're on the clock up there. Those people in Minnesota are not playing. They believe that they were sniffing the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and the margin of error for this team is going to be zero this year. I'll tell you that right now.
They were a Stephon Diggs catch away.
Correct.
Or the penalty away, I think. Something like that.
Well, Stephon Diggs got them there because they shouldn't have beat New Orleans.
Right. And then we just crushed them.
Correct.
I do remember that now. Man, all these... Latavius Murray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of Oakland fame.
Right.
Yeah, that's my man. And he's so glad he got out of there. He's not even like tripping.
So how do you think Minnesota's gonna fare?
I think Minnesota may be a wild card.
As always.
Yeah. So I hopefully I'm not putting myself in the corner here. Let's put them as a possible, their space possible until we get the rest of the NFC. But I believe that they will compete for a wild card.
I always say, and I said this last year, Minnesota is one of those teams where they don't look like they're doing well, but as soon as you face them, you're like, dang. It's like you don't want to face them because you don't know what you're going to get.
You definitely cannot underestimate them at all. And on top of that, I believe they're going to be better than Vikings, the Packers, which is where we're going right now.
Oh, yeah, the Packers are... I don't like what I'm seeing. Shit show for real.
Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing out of Green Bay at all.
Yeah, that and it's crazy because you're seeing this out of Green Bay, and for a lot of years, Green Bay was kind of like, for lack of a better word, like a model franchise.
Correct.
Like the way they run their organization from top to bottom, they are in disarray.
I saw a meme, and it was so poignant. It said, when you've had Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 22 years, but only 2 titles, and they showed Favre and Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's correct.
Yeah.
All these years, they've had these 2 good guys. But, I mean, okay, you got 2 titles, that's good, but you should have more. You should have more. And that's why McCarthy got fired last year. Even though we both agree he should have been fired in the manner and timing in which he was.
So disrespectful.
But, yeah, Green Bay has squandered some opportunities here. That being said, so coming into this year, so what do we got? We got a new coach.
Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, and I heard some scuttle from him in the offseason talking about, listen, my system is going to be my system, and Aaron Rodgers is going to get used to it. Now, listen, Aaron Rodgers is passionate and complains, but listen, you haven't done anything.
Who are you?
To tell Aaron Rodgers what he's going to do. I mean,
right.
Listen, why don't you form your little system around the guys in these systems? Like, stop.
Right.
Don't you understand who you have?
Everybody wants to be Billy B.
Yes. Yeah, this is right. This is not analytics. This is football. You have one of the best to do it. Why don't you formulate your system? Phil Jackson is one of the best coaches to do it. Oh, wait, I'm Michael Jordan. Let me just formulate my triangle around him.
Duh.
Right. He's going to do it. And I know I've talked about boss coaches. You could be a boss coach. You work with your best player.
Yeah.
You don't try to basically intimidate and son your best player. And Aaron Rodgers ain't the one either. Oh, no. So I already know that's not going to work. So that's kind of where I am with that. And, Lions track.
Oh, man.
That was my first chance. I'm sorry. I wanted to give him a little something, but Lions track. Okay, here's what I'll say. Did you see Patricia showed up in a boot? I think he hurt his foot or something. So he showed up in a boot. That's like the biggest news out of Lions camp.
Matt Patricia showed up in a boot?
In a boot, right. For camp or whatever.
I'm so done.
Yeah, Lions track.
So
they're not winning anything in that division.
Well, they're not, but I mean, they made some signings.
They did.
They got Danny Amendola, who
they did.
Can only play in the playoffs when he makes it there.
Good luck. Good for Danny Amendola.
So his career is over because he only plays well in the playoffs.
Correct.
And
they're not making the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs. So there you go.
Yeah, that's the injury settlement. Moving on.
NFC South.
Yeah.
Now look, we're gonna start
fun division.
Yes, we're gonna start with the clear cut.
Yes.
Like just diamonds in the rough.
Yes.
And that's the New Orleans Saints. Who got handed the worst end.
I mean, they had to change the rule.
Yeah.
Listen, as receiving end of the top rule, I know about this. Sometimes you got to take a step back and be like, hey guys, this is ridiculous. To play in the NFC Championship, I mean, everyone agreed. That's absurd. This is Super Bowl in the line. What are we all talking about?
Yeah.
So, they had a hype video. You see this?
I did not see the hype video.
I'll send it to you after the show. It's
I hate
based
hype videos, by the way.
It's based on Avengers, and they did it very well.
Okay.
Yeah, they did it very well.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, so it's based on Endgame. But anyway, look, the Saints are ready. There's no reason to believe they can't win that division again and march right back through the playoffs and compete for the NFC Championship, not the Super Bowl.
And I will say again that Drew Brees is just always being disrespected. Like,
exactly.
He was, to me, and to both of us, he was clearly the MVP last year. Yeah. And they gave it to Patrick Mahomes, which we'll get to later. He had a good season, but
Brees should have won it.
Why is it in every top 10 ranking? Why is Drew Brees not like second or third?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Did you see a ranking I sent you that had Andrew Luck above him?
It's ridiculous. It's one of those things. You know who he is? He's the new version. Even though Warren Moon didn't win a championship, Warren Moon. Like, if you put Warren Moon's statistics up against anybody in that era, he's way down on the list where he should be.
Yeah. They do have a holdout in New Orleans, Michael Thomas.
Oh, Michael Thomas. Yeah, let's talk about that. Now, I'm glad we're talking about this real quick. Michael Thomas is a great receiver. I got into it with a friend of mine earlier. about his place amongst the receivers. Thank you.
Man.
New Orleans is giving him a good offer. I believe they're going to offer him at some point 18.
Mm-hmm.
He wants 20. Listen, Michael Thomas is top 10. In my opinion, maybe pushing top 6 or 7. But the offer is fair. He's acting like he's being like shortchanged.
No.
Drew Brees could throw. Somebody else could go out here and catch these balls. Stop.
Yeah, because Drew Brees is gonna throw these balls and somebody's gonna catch it.
Right. So he's home now. I don't agree. I'm not reaching my hands in anyone's pocket. You feel like you need to get more money and they'll pay you, fine. But I feel like the team's making a fair offer. So stop playing. Get in camp.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with wanting them to round it out to a nice 20, to a 0.
Well, I think the 20 is based on he's doing one of those like so-and-so's getting 19 and a half.
So I deserve half.
Exactly. Like
Who
it's
do
a
you
one-upmanship.
Half more than?
It's a one-upmanship. And it's kind of stupid.
Okay.
And to hold out for that, like that's dumb. I feel like the team's giving them a good offer. Is where I'm going with that.
Okay, moving on.
All right.
Carolina.
Hey, it's all about Cam. They have him on a pitch count going into camp. That's why.
He's post-soldier.
Yes, that's why.
Shoulder, I should say.
Yeah, that's why. So they have him. They're being ginger with it. Listen, Carolina has all the tools. Cam is all the tools. They always are relevant. Riverboat Ron needs to take a look at his decision making. I like Ron Rivera, but he throws the season up in the air. Sometimes he really needs to evaluate his in-game decision making. Sometimes gambling bleeds into stupidity. He needs to understand at this point that the Saints are a legitimate team in that division. That division used to be, somebody different wins it every year. No, the Saints are good. Just stop playing. Win the games you can win. Protect Cam. Get that line together. And I think Carolina is good, though. They will battle. I'm not going to proclaim them as the other wild card because I'm about to put myself in a box full of wild cards before we get to the West. They will battle for the other wild card with Seattle.
They were a wild card last year, correct? I thought it was.
I don't think so. Because they had to shut Cam down.
No, yeah, they had to shut Cam down. So they were the year before, and they played New Orleans. Okay, now I'm back. Because actually 3 teams from that were the year before.
Yeah.
All right. So that means this year is... Because I feel like Carolina they do every other year.
Yeah.
They are. They'll have a year when they go like 11-5, go to the Super Bowl, and then next year they're like 6-10,
right.
And then the next year after that they're like 9 or 10-5, 10-6, 9-7, and they end up in the playoffs.
Correct.
So this year should be their year to have a good record if you go by history. But I still think that New Orleans is the class of the division.
Correct.
Moving on to Atlanta.
Now, Atlanta, they added Michael Bennett. They thought they were going to help that defense, and he is hurt. Yeah, poor Atlanta. Now, that being said, they sell Ryan, they sell Julio Jones. Julio Jones had a spectacular season last year. The man had almost 1,700 yards.
As long as they're not trying to get... As long as Matt Ryan's not trying to hit Julio Jones in the red zone,
it's
correct. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. He ended up with 8 touchdowns, which was surprising when I saw that. I thought he had like less than that. But they got it together, probably meaningless games. That defense really needs some help. And
their head coach was a defensive coordinator.
Correct. And they had a lot of injuries on defense last year. And you're thinking, okay, all these people are going to be healthy again. And then they acquire Michael Bennett, and then he gets hurt. So, we'll see about Atlanta. They're hard to call because, look, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones especially, you can't sit and say any team he's on. This man had almost 1,700 yards last year. That's crazy. So Matt Ryan could throw it up to him with his eyes closed. But that being said, Atlanta's been wildly inconsistent.
all the time. And it makes no sense because on paper they should be way better than they are.
Yeah.
And that's every year.
Yeah.
It's just like something doesn't click mid-season and it just goes badly.
So I think my even money has them having maybe an even season, 8-8, 9-7-ish. I just don't think they'll get that defense clicking in time. I think the offense will be fine, but I just don't have faith. And finally, at the bottom, the Bucks. That situation. Now, Bruce Arians, great coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the hire there.
He brought in
Byron
Leftwich.
I think both of them will come to realize quickly. Bruce Arians seems to have a lot of faith in Jameis. If Bruce Arians can prove me wrong, then he will vault already higher than he is already in my esteem of good coaches. But I do not believe in Jameis Winston. That's the issue.
Oh, crab legs will fail you.
Crab legs is going to fail. Hopefully what Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich do is realize early and quickly that, you know what, okay, we said all the right things, we thought all the right things. This guy is.
I just feel like, what is this, his fourth year?
Third? Crab,
third, fourth?
He might be going into his fifth. Yeah.
I mean, by now, you should have shown us that you know how to manage a football game.
Yeah.
He does not know how to manage a football game.
He comes in, and if he's coming in, interceptions. If he's starting to intercept, it turns
the ball all over the place. He's like a very, like a worse, like 10th degree version of Brett Favre.
Yes.
Like just throwing the ball all over the field. And it was not more telling than last year when it was shown that if you put a pocket quarterback in the position, good things could happen.
Correct.
Until they didn't anymore. But they really did have
the ceiling was
way higher. Right. Yeah. We were all looking at the Bucks last year like, oh.
They can score like that?
Yeah.
Michael Evans eating.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans eating. Deshaun eating.
Yeah.
So yeah, nah.
No more eating.
No more eating.
Unless it's crab legs. We'll be eating crab legs.
The Bucks are not a threat unless Bruce Arians proved me wrong. But if everything stays like we say, the Bucks are the bottom of that. And finally, the West.
Yes, let's start with the Rams, the clear shining light of that division.
No reason to believe the Rams can't do exactly what they did last year.
So what's going on with Gurley's knee, though?
That is a great question. C.J. Anderson completely took control of that position. Mm-hmm. Todd Gurley's knee, I mean, the Rams are probably not pleased about how much money they paid him right before all that happened. But hey, listen, you can assume it's healthy, but knee injuries, I mean, the history of them is that they happen repeatedly. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Gurley, but when he's healthy, man, he's awesome. Yeah. He's awesome. But C.J. Anderson is standing right there like, I'm ready to take control of this position.
Yeah.
But either way, that's a good problem to have, I guess. Mm-hmm. So the Rams, listen, all the Rams have to regret from last season is that they didn't take the Patriots seriously enough in the Super Bowl, I guess. Or didn't game plan properly and just miscalculated. And got lucky, not regret, but be happy they got lucky in the NFC Championship. Because the Saints, I feel like the Saints would have mopped the Patriots. But that's just me.
Yeah, it would have been a much better game. I will agree with that. I didn't realize that they picked up Clay Matthews.
Really?
Yeah, they picked up Clay Matthews.
Wow.
Just adding another defensive.
Stupid me! I forgot that Green Bay even let him go.
Yeah, so they just added another like animal to their already like beefed up defense.
But I feel like it's kind of like Ndamukong Suh. They pick up these people like a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah, but Ndamukong Suh played well last year.
He did, but that's okay. And I get the logic then. He did because he's playing with Aaron Donald and Little. So it's kind of like, but if that's the logic, like let's pick up these people who could be good pieces along with our young exemplary pieces.
Right. I mean, he's a veteran. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got a wealth of knowledge he can impart on some of the younger players. So it makes sense if you can get him cheap at this stage in his career and he's still useful.
Yep.
Hey, I'm all here for it. But they signed him to a 2-year deal.
Okay.
And Ndamukong Suh is down there with crab legs. So Seattle. Seattle is an enigma to me.
Yes.
They are a big enigma to me.
I mean, it's Russell Wilson and a bunch of people I've never heard
Pips.
of. Yeah. Gosh. That team has changed completely around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they fought. They fought last year, and Pete Carroll continues to show that he's a good coach and I'll put it this way. He knows how to navigate a season, and he knows how to keep the team together. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson has continued to prove that he's a great... Russell Wilson is a great in-game quarterback. Like, he knows how to improvise and win a game.
I'm talking about managing the game.
Yes, exactly. Clearly, as we said, the Rams are the favorite in that division, but you can never count the Seahawks out, period. Especially with the rest of that division. If we're talking about, the 49ers and the Cardinals, which we'll get to, Seattle's better than them. Mm-hmm. They're better than both teams.
Even after blowing up the Legion of Boom?
Correct. Just by Russell Wilson alone and Pete Carroll.
How is Michael Kendricks not in jail? They re-signed him. That's another story we can get to later. Because he was indicted for insider trading. So I don't know how.
Oh, right. Maybe he probably cut a plea. Because that was a while ago.
Well, it's right after Super Bowl.
Or maybe the trial hasn't even happened.
I'm going to have to dig into that. Because I thought he had gotten cut at one point. But, yeah. So, no more Earl Thomas. No more Cam Chancellor. All of that is done. This is officially rebuilding time for the Seahawks.
Yep. But people said that last year. When Earl Thomas was still there and fighting over his contract. But people say, Rich Sherman was gone. They're kind of rebuilding, blah, blah, blah. And then they scraped up enough wins.
They did.
They haven't. The thing about the Seahawks, again, with Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, they look around and they say, you know what? No matter what the talent is, a lot of these teams aren't built for the moment. They know when they say, okay, we need to win this game like tomorrow, and then we'll be right back in the mix. And then if we win this game next week and it's a do-or-die situation between us and this other team isn't built for this. Like, Seattle's that type of team that's like, let's just go ahead and seize that moment right now and get in the playoffs. And a lot of teams in the NFC, apparently, with them, aren't built for that moment. And they've been there. So, that's their advantage.
Moving down to the Bay.
Yeah.
49ers.
My Jimmy G theory. So we're going to see how my Jimmy G theory played out. I felt like a genius last year. Okay? Because I made this big soliloquy about how he should feel after the injury. And the 49ers sucked, which that wasn't a hard prediction.
But because of CJ Beathard coming in and all that stuff. Okay.
But my whole thing was, the contract, Jimmy G. So if I'm a 49ers fan, this is where my theory, is tested. How are the fans going to feel about Jimmy G coming in? How are they going to feel about the 49ers? If I'm them and I'm realistic, I know that they're not that good. They're not going to have a horrific season, but I want him to produce. But I think last year they were coming in there thinking he was going to take them to the playoffs. So I think expectations have already been a little lowered. Hopefully.
They should.
They should be border 500. Right?
Yeah. Let's be real. Their expectations, they should be used to their expectations being low at this point. Like, the last since Colin Kaepernick left the team, since they made that Super Bowl. Right. It's not like they've done much to celebrate about.
But remember how they were talking about Jimmy G, though?
Yeah.
They were talking about him. Talk about saving us.
He was part of the system. He was the Messiah.
He was a Messiah.
But in week 3, the Messiah's knee went out.
Right.
So, look, they paid him money. They paid him a lot of money to come there. So they gotta start him.
So when you pay a Messiah, I'm talking about the fans.
Yeah.
So the team, I think Kyle Shanahan and all those guys are like, look, let's bring him in here. Let's see what's going on. But I think the fans are a little bit more calmed down now and more realistic and rational than they were last year. And I think had that season gone the way it probably was going to go if he was healthy, Jimmy G would have had a miserable Kirk Cousins-like season. Kirk Cousins, he got paid, but Kirk Cousins was miserable by the end of that season.
And Kirk Cousins was the same Kirk Cousins he was in Washington, just in Minnesota with more money.
Right. But I'm talking about, like, his mindset walking around. He couldn't walk anywhere in Minnesota and say anything because all they'd be like is, all that money and you ain't doing anything.
You like that?
I feel like, right. I feel like Jimmy G would have gotten that same treatment. I feel like now people are removed from the sort of, what do they call that when you buy something?
Oh, buyer's remorse?
Yeah, buyer's remorse and price tag shock or whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now they're like, look, we have him. He's hurt. Hopefully he's healthy. They're just glad he's healthy, is my point.
Yeah. He's really dreamy, too. So.
Oh, my God.
That helps.
Moving on. Arizona.
Oh, boy.
Arizona trash.
Arizona's trash.
Arizona trash.
The one shining light of Arizona's team that we talked about consistently last year is on suspension for, was it 4 games or 6? Maybe it started at 6?
I think it's at 4 now. Yeah, Pat Peterson. I haven't kept up with that situation. I don't know if he's still beefing with the team over not paying his suspension. Essentially paying his suspension. That's what he wants. But Arizona's not going to be good.
He put his emo over his ego.
Yeah. So. All right. So that's the NFC. So in short, do we agree? Rams out the West, Bears out the North.
We agreed on the Bears. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Saints out the South and Eagles out the East.
Yeah.
So we agree.
We are in agreement.
We are in agreement.
Boy, that's about to change.
I don't think we're going to be in agreement out of the West. So let's get that going. Or excuse me,
AFC.
So East.
Let's start with the Patriots.
Let's start with the Patriots. Look, at what point does time run out?
I think it's gonna. Well, that depends on the other 3 teams. To be honest.
Exactly.
And they don't look like they're.
I know. I was about to say not this year.
No, not this year. So I went into this thinking
That's a damn shame.
It is a shame, and I went into this thinking Gronk is a big loss, but maybe not.
It's the other teams aren't doing anything.
No.
They've been cowed into complete submission. All right, well, let's just stick with the Patriots. Tom Brady's coming back. He's 1 year older. He's 41 years old.
Still drinking avocado shakes.
Yeah. Just doing random stuff in the offseason. But no reason to believe, unless age itself, which is a good possibility.
And it will hit you.
Right.
There's no gradual thing when it comes to certain things.
But, right, it hits you like a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But all signs point beyond that to him being the same person. Accurate, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, okay. No Gronk. That is a tangible loss.
It is, but when you think about it, this is Bill Belichick's plug-and-play system.
Correct. So, you get, new guys in there. I saw them moving through the offseason. They brought in linemen. See, they protect Brady. It's not like they just kind of sit on their laurels.
They follow the rubric, the football rubric. This is what you're supposed to do. I don't know why other teams haven't figured that out.
Keep the trenches deep. Running back situation, still fine. The Patriots are fine. They're basically look, we're going to do what we do until everybody else decides to catch up.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to believe. Defensively, they still have Chung. They still have all these people. Now, Butler, did they get rid of him? Because he's been beefing with them for quite some time, Malcolm Butler.
Oh, he's out of there.
Actually, he might have been out of there last year, and I might be tripping about that.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, but either way, they still have the defenders. What they do is they follow the system, and as the Patriots like to say, do their job or whatever. So, okay.
I feel like they dumped Butler and brought in the other McCourty.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other twin.
Yeah. So they are both McCourties.
All right. So cool. So the Patriots will probably win that division. All right. So now let's make it a little interesting. Miami. Let's just. So Le'Veon. Well, no, wait. Le'Veon's with the Jets.
Yeah, we getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Miami. Okay, so they lose their coach, who goes to the Jets. Tannehill still down there, right?
Their quarterbacks are Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, who decided it'd be a good idea to show up in the offseason like 15 pounds overweight. Now, I haven't seen him in camp, so maybe he burned that off. But he was living his best life in the offseason for a journeyman quarterback. Miami's, I don't know who Miami is. I just know, again, they were the team that had the division in the palm of their hands in week 4 of last season and squandered it. After that, forget them. They need to prove to me. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick does have the ability to come into a team and just inject some quick life.
Like last year.
Like with Tampa.
With Tampa Bay.
So, okay. Maybe you'll get down there, throw that ball up real quick and see who catches it. But Miami's not a threat. Maybe an 8-8 season, something like that. If they can catch New England slipping on one game. New England routinely has problems with them. They rarely sweep them.
Yeah, they usually split.
Yeah, they usually split with them. So we'll see about that.
The Bills.
Right. The Bills. Shady's still up there.
Yeah.
We'll see how. Now, this is Josh Allen?
Yes, Josh Allen.
Yeah. I get the Joshes confused sometimes. And the other Josh, I believe, went to Miami.
Yeah,
from
Josh
Arizona.
Rosen. Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen. That's what. Yeah. Okay, I missed when you said that. All right. So Josh Allen, Buffalo. Did not have a good season. Did not have a horrific season. He had a standard rookie subpar season.
Poor thing was clouded by Cam Newton comparisons. What are you doing?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Well, they signed Frank Gore.
They did. And not only the treat bears, Frank Gore just seems to be chugging along.
He just keeps going.
Let me get my yards and get up this list so that when Hall of Fame discussions come about, the yards put me over and y'all don't play games with me out here.
Packing stats.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Buffalo, they're trash. They're not going to be good. They're not going to be good.
They haven't been good since '96.
Right. Those poor people up there. All right. Anything else to say about them? Because then we could move to the interesting team.
I expected better wings, Buffalo. The Jets. Now this is a kind of interesting team.
Yes. Le'Veon Bell, the sort of headline edition.
I wonder if he got his jewelry back.
I don't think so. Actually, I've been following that case. And no, he did not. He did not.
He out here kirking on Instagram, but you can't get your jewelry back for your 2 girlfriends. Get out of here.
It sounded like you had a wild night. I don't know if it was worth it, but you had a wild night. But, nah. All right, so Le'Veon Bell as to the Jets. So, okay. Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he again, kind of in the Josh Allen camp.
He showed me nothing last year.
Yeah, it's substandard, rookie season. But again, all of these teams are going to split games with each other. So wins will be squeezed out here. Now, Le'Veon Bell, though, if they can use him properly and if he comes back to form, that's a nice weapon.
What is their offensive line looking like, though?
Exactly. Now, the thing about Le'Veon Bell is they can take him out of the backfield and he can catch. So, or at least he could in Pittsburgh. That was 2 years ago. So we'll see what he can do now. So if the Jets have any wherewithal how to use him, and Mr. Adam Gase, who knows the Miami Dolphins well, maybe you can squeeze a couple wins out of that. That's the other intrigue there. Adam Gase, who is basically now they did, I think, hire.
No, they did. They hired a GM.
Yeah. But he was running the team for a while.
Yeah, he ran it through the draft, I want to say.
Yes.
And then they ended up hiring somebody.
Correct. And there were comments about Le'Veon Bell. That's right. So the Jets sort of, you got to watch the front office there. Adam Gase, is he a good coach? I kind of cape for him a little bit. I feel like he did some good things in Miami when he first got there. He's very weird, and he's not exactly. He doesn't inspire a lot of confidence when you see him. But we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. I don't see him and Le'Veon Bell getting along, but who knows? Who knows? But none of these teams are going to win the division. That's the key. So if any of these teams are going to push for a wild card, maybe the Jets. But that a lot of stuff will have to happen for that to happen. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, a lot of stuff will have to happen. They brought in Greg Williams, which
Greg Williams he's living off some reputation.
He is.
Yeah, I can't fathom.
I don't know.
It's so far removed.
I don't know how he even has a job after Bounty Gate.
Yeah, me neither. A lot of people think he got jobbed in that. That's why.
You think so?
Yes. A lot of people think that, you know what, who cares? Like, a lot of people think actually he was a good defensive coordinator for doing it. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. But he's there now, and Joe Douglas is the GM.
Okay.
Which Adam Gase claims that he wanted him there. He caked for him. So we'll see how this works out.
I mean, the way Adam Gase rolls his eyes, I would feel anything he told me, I'll be like, that's a lie.
Right. So that's the NFC East. Yes. I mean, I'm sorry, the AFC East. Let's move on to the North. So the North is always interesting because there's the Ravens and the Steelers, and either one of them could win the division.
And then even though the two teams have a lot of stories.
Oh, they have stories. Yes. But I don't know. But they're not have wins.
the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens will win this division. So where do you land on this?
I think last year we both said Pittsburgh. I think this year I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson takes control of that position. So no worries there. Joe Flacco's off. We'll talk about that. But
we'll get to him.
So no looking over the shoulder. His position, his team.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, I feel like had a good draft too.
They did.
Yeah. Ozzie Newsome, the guy who I gotta bring it up. You kind of clubbed him.
I did.
Yeah, talk about he had to go.
I did.
Ozzie Newsome's a good GM. Keeps them competitive.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I always got to ask, how does your mom feel?
We haven't really talked about it, but
I guarantee you, she's all right.
She's Team Lamar Jackson, though.
Then she feels all right.
Yeah, she's feeling all right. We'll see. I'll circle back to this.
Here's the Ravens are never bad, like bad.
Even when they're quote unquote bad, subpar, they're not bad.
They're not like embarrassing.
No.
Right. And he keeps them competitive. They had a good draft. Now, John Harbaugh, okay. People were talking about you, quote unquote, in the hot seat last year. That probably will. Anytime that talk starts, it never stops unless you like go to a NFC or championship or Super Bowl of your conference. Mm-hmm. So if they get on a little losing streak, that'll probably. Excuse me.
His job got saved at the end of the season last year because I think Lamar Jackson ended up going like 6-1.
Right. That's what I mean. So
they ran up against the Chargers, and then but if that carries over, but he came in as a backup. No one had tape on him. We got tape now.
And he's a quote unquote running quarterback, which is code for black quarterback. But yeah. So people think tape. Yeah.
Right. And the only person he's looking over his shoulder at is Robert Griffin III. So
yeah. Is he still on the team?
Yes.
He's still on the roster?
As far as I know.
Wow. So you're telling me if something happens to Lamar Jackson, Robert Griffin III will trot out on that field?
Yeah, they don't have a third string quarterback yet.
Whoa. Okay, Lamar Jackson, I'm going to need you to slide every down. Because if I see Robert Griffin trot out on that field, I'm sorry. Especially for Shirley, I'm like season over for the Ravens. Yeah. And Robert Griffin, I don't care. You can get on social media and at me, but it's true, and I know it's true.
And the longest tenured player, Terrell Suggs, left.
Yes, he did.
He's in
To
Arizona.
go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't talking about Arizona, but because he went to school there, which is curious.
He's from Arizona, though.
Right, but okay.
That's his hometown.
That's great.
I think that was a
because you're from there, you're gonna leave the team you've been with your whole career.
Look, man, maybe he just want 365 days of sun. I don't know.
Basically, I'm gonna retire, but not really retire. I'm gonna put on my pads real quick.
I will just part-time play for this
and play real
for this
quick.
trash team.
Yeah, we're trash. I want to keep banging heads against Pittsburgh and scraping into the playoffs. We'll just go down here and relax in the sun real quick.
Right.
And then my road games will be in the Bay and LA and stop it.
But that's a big loss on the defense.
That's a huge loss. He's a
huge
leader.
Loss. Yeah.
He's the last remnant of the glory days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Relaxing. So what's going on in Pittsburgh?
All right, look. Juju Schuster
Mm-hmm.
has now Smith-Schuster has taken over the one spot. Tomlin's still there. Big Ben's still there. Big Ben, it's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers situation. Every offseason, it gets exposed that how kind of petulant he is.
He's such a
just talking all the time, whatever. But there's been a little less of that this offseason, but still some talk, especially with AB, and we'll get to him.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I haven't really heard much about Pittsburgh outside of that. Le'Veon Bell's gone. AB's gone. So, in theory, you would think, okay, the distractions are gone.
But
the line
he's
is still
a
there.
distraction.
But Big Ben's a distraction. First of all, now, they need to get him off the radio. Because I feel like every week he says something on that stupid show.
Oh, my God.
That gets in the news. But, look, Pittsburgh has sort of a Jedi mind trick hold over everyone but Baltimore in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can, just come out and do what they do, they'll at least be competitive. You call Baltimore for the division. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to disagree just for the sake of disagreement.
We have to do it.
Yeah, we have to do it. I'm not really putting the whole farm on Pittsburgh, but I'm willing to bet more on Pittsburgh than Baltimore.
Fair.
So we'll disagree on that just so that we can have differing records and have some entry.
Yeah, I mean, it's valid. One team has a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, and the other team has a second year. Who could suffer a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
So,
and I just feel like there are times when Pittsburgh. Here's, I guess, the bottom line. There are times when Pittsburgh doesn't even deserve to win that division. They just kind of plow along and don't make as many mistakes as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that probably will happen this year.
Less unforced errors.
Yes, kind of a tennis match. Now, those are the two good teams. Let's go with Cincinnati because I kind of want to end on Cleveland.
I was going with Cincinnati. You can read my mind.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Cincinnati?
Trash.
Yeah.
No.
Trash.
No. So that's the thing about Cincinnati.
Yeah, we got that was first reaction. Yeah,
they're not.
Trash.
One day to trash, next day to not.
Trash adjacent.
Trash.
You know what?
Trash adjacent.
That might be one of the first times I absolutely agree with the adjacency precipicity.
Okay, T.I.
No, that's you. You said
I know, but you sounded just like T.I. just now. The adjacency precipicity.
Yes.
But you're right. They're so hot and cold, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All the time. And another team that has all the right pieces that just can't get it right. And they have a coaching change, no?
Yes. The Marvin Lewis regime has ended.
Finally over.
Actually, you know what, Sham, and I'll be completely transparent. This is the first year I can't name every NFL coach off the top of my head.
Yeah, because it's been a lot of movement. But I don't even know who is the coach of this.
I know, right?
Of the Bengals right now.
There's somebody new. And a lot of people are hiring new young guys. Watch this dude be old as dirt. But
I thought he was older.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That was going to be my excuse. But anyway, as we're looking it up, the one big piece of news.
Oh, no, he's not. Zach Taylor. He's young.
Okay. The Bengals, Mike Brown, son of Paul Brown, has started to cede a lot of day-to-day responsibilities to his kids. Now, that's significant only in the sense that he's one of those type of old-time owners. Al Davis was this type. Jerry Jones will probably be this type, where it's like, look, I'm going to run this team until the day I die. Like, point-blank period. So for him to even sort of have that awareness, and he's been a hardball. And the Browns, or excuse me, I keep calling them the Browns, but it's because his name's Brown, it's Paul Brown. And Mike Brown. They have a non-existent front office and a horrible front office. Like, he has a skeleton scouting department. He doesn't want to pay people, that kind of thing.
He has a revolving door of GMs
that's
and advisors and all.
And because they feel
of operations.
They have no power and they have no resources. So hopefully the people he sees these responsibilities to understand that and do the things necessary to get that fan base back. He even said, we've lost a lot of our fan base. And I understand that. So hopefully we get it back.
You know, AJ Green was like carted off the field in the first practice, right?
Whoa, I did not know that. That's big.
That is big. He had some injuries last season though too. Like,
low ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pulled it up.
Yep.
Wow. You know they still have Andre Smith.
Wow.
You know Andre Smith's best highlight when they were on Hard Knocks and they showed him without a shirt off running, and he had man boobs and they were flopping all over the place. You
know what I remember about that Hard Knocks when Roy Williams was on the team. He had just come over there from the Cowboys. Yep. And he went to Oklahoma, and they were trying to run the Oklahoma defense, and he didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, God. Yes, I do remember that. And my boy, we've talked about it, who likes the Cowboys, was like, that's the show to talk about right there.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
The memories.
Yes.
But
and we'll get to Hard Knocks. But anyway. So the Bengals, look, it's going to be a period of transition. It's going to be weird not seeing Marvin Lewis on that sideline.
Yeah, he's been a staple. When was he, like 12 years?
16.
Oh, God.
Yes. Marvin Lewis been coach of the Bengals since damn near half my life.
It was since the Ravens won the Super Bowl back in 2001 or 2. Whatever year that was.
The Super Bowl was February of 2001. The 2001 season.
Oh, yeah, I remember that was the halftime show with Aerosmith, Britney Spears, and NSYNC.
Yeah.
And Ray Lewis won the Super Bowl MVP.
So then that'll be February 2001. So then he goes the next year.
Yeah.
So
so it's a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I thought he was never going to
leave. Me too.
All right. So moving on.
Cleveland.
To the trash of the division.
Now, let me say this. I believe the Cleveland Browns are literally the most overhyped team in the NFL this season. They've done nothing but run their mouths. Partly because people have run their mouths about them. Baker Mayfield does nothing but run his mouth. They have Odell Beckham Jr. They have Jarvis Landry, who was there last year.
They have habitual mouth runners.
Yes. I already still have bad taste in my mouth from how Tyrod Taylor was treated. We talked about that.
Yes. And he held the clipboard.
He did. Tyrod Ojeda. Yeah, you my man. Now, what is he still there?
I don't think so.
Good. Hopefully he got his injury settlement like I told him to.
He's not there.
Where is he?
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor.
I hope he's in the league.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, playing for the Chargers.
There you go.
Good. All right.
With the cool guy.
Yeah, well,
we'll get there.
But listen, Baker Mayfield has been running his mouth all over the place. He said that he's glad he has Odell Beckham Jr. and that Odell Beckham Jr. is glad that he's with a fan base who finally roots for a team. But we talked about this with the Giants. Stop it. Stop. Yeah, listen. Beat Pittsburgh. Beat Cincy. Beat Baltimore. Like
Beat anybody.
Y'all better hope y'all win 10 games. The way y'all are talking, they were talking Super Bowl.
Yeah, I already told you. He's creating a self-imposed bounty.
And their coach is young. I mean, he's unproven. What have y'all done? Nothing. Cleveland. I'm sorry. Y'all have talent. That's great. You. This is football. This is not basketball. You cannot just. Even in basketball, you can't do it. You can't just assemble a bunch of people. I haven't heard anything about what you've done with your line since Joe Thomas left. So Baker Mayfield can run his mouth all he wants. I'm not saying you have a horrible line, but my point is, he better be prepared to run around and make a play.
You better prepare for the clapback once you don't get Odell the ball.
Correct.
Y'all besties now. he gonna turn into Deshaun Jackson if you don't get him the ball.
You don't get that ball, he gonna start trouble. Duke Johnson is completely unhappy and has been completely mistreated by that franchise and has talked about it all offseason, and rightfully so. They are what they're doing is they're projecting to be a better team. They're trying to be the Patriots and mistreat people and think they want Super Bowl. Stop it. I know I sound a little vitriolic. I need the Browns to prove something to me. Other than that, y'all still the same Browns. Improved. I mean, you're not gonna go winless. But yeah,
they're just
6-7 games.
They're just bright and shiny trash.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Polished trash.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Moving on to the South.
Yes, South good.
South.
We called them trash last year, and we got proven wrong. 3 teams came out.
The Texans definitely showed us something.
The Colts showed us something.
They showed us something. They all kind of like...
Yeah, they're better. Everybody's... That was upside down. The team that we said was going to do something.
Right, the Jags.
Didn't. All right, so listen, let's start with the Texans. I mean, look, Deshaun, not Jackson. Jesus.
Not Kaiser.
No. Not Jackson, not Kaiser. Watson.
Deshaun Watson. There you go.
Watson. There we go. No reason to believe he won't still be great. No reason to believe D-Hop still won't be great.
Yeah.
D-Hop proved last year. Stop talking about him as an also ran. He is, I mean, him, AB, Julio, all in the same, conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they'll be great. I don't know how I feel about their running game. Alfred Blue. Shoot.
Alfred Blue.
Yeah.
He's not even in the conversation anymore.
Did they cut him?
Here are their running back possibilities: Lamar Miller, Dante Foreman, Josh Ferguson, Buddy Howe, and Cullen Gillespie. That's a fullback.
I don't know how I feel even about Lamar Miller. So sorry, Blue. I don't know how I feel about Lamar Miller.
I mean, they haven't had a run game since Arian Foster.
Exactly. Yeah. And Lamar Miller, you need to show me something. If those other young boys behind you can show something, okay, let's get that going.
And Deshaun Watson last year was coming off an injury. He started to come into form towards the end of the season.
Yes,
so
he did.
I'm thinking...
He recovered from that injury way quicker than we even thought.
Well, it was ACL, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Well, that's about right.
So I think it'll be fun. I mean, I've made no secret. I'm not a fan of that coach. So
you hate him.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with him because I didn't spend a lot of time with Jason Garrett. I believe he's ironic they're both Texas. I believe he's the AFC equivalent of Jason Garrett. Just kind of standing around down there. But I'm not a fan of him.
They'd have a holdout.
Clowney,
yeah. He's their holdout.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about that. You've had maybe, 2 full seasons, if that?
Yeah.
A lot of injuries, a lot of, so he's holding out, really?
He's asking for a lot, and another holdout, which we will get to later, is asking for a lot, too.
Yes.
Bruh,
you heard a lot.
We've only gotten a glimpse of what you could be.
Right. Like, if you would come in and play like you were supposed to, we might would have had a ship by then.
Right.
Because J.J. Watt been over there doing what he's
balling. Now, granted, he's been injured too, but he's been balling when he's not.
Balling when not, and he's probably injured because of the extra attention he's getting when you're not there. I mean, for real. If I'm J.J. Watt, I'd be like, wait a minute, don't talk to me about getting hurt. Like, I've been out here putting in work, and you weren't doing squat. So stop it. And did he hold out his? So look, Jadameon Clowney got drafted ahead of Khalil Mack in that same draft, and I want to say he held out and then like signed right before week 1 or something like that. Maybe even missed the game. I don't know. I'll go back to that. But Khalil Mack has outperformed him. So what are we talking about? You want money? You've done well, but J.J. Watt is on the other side of you. So if I'm J.J. Watt, I'm like, give me some of that back.
Meanwhile, J.J. Watt out here like collecting millions for the city of Houston.
Yes. Yeah, and just
and balling.
He's every like patriotic person, and I'm saying patriotic to be polite. That's Captain America to them.
Yeah, he is our Captain America.
But anyway, all right. Okay, so Houston, though, record-wise, I don't know if I like Houston to win the division. I don't, actually. So I'm going to say that right now. I think they'll be competitive. They will compete for it. I'm going to say right now, this is going to be the most competitive division. I like Houston, I like Tennessee, and I like Indianapolis. So I don't like Jacksonville for a few reasons. But so I'm going to say Houston, no. What do you say?
No, I think Indianapolis is probably going to win that division. Okay. And we can talk about them now.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to them. So Houston, maybe 9 wins, something like that?
10-6.
Oh, so 10-win team, but not winning. Okay.
Because I think the Colts are probably going to end up like 12-4 or something like crazy like that. 11-5.
Let's get to the Colts.
Yeah, so another quarterback who was coming off an injury and gotten like pretty much full form. Because remember last season at the beginning, we were like, where is
what's going to happen?
Is Andrew Luck throwing, and why are we bringing in the backup to throw the Hail Mary?
Yep, Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Yep.
But he shut us up.
Yep.
Towards the end of the season,
he sure did. He came through and performed. And
apparently he's better than Drew Brees, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, that list is a joke.
Trash.
Yeah. T.Y. Hilton's still there. T.Y. Hilton is quietly carving out quite the career down there.
Silently. Yeah, yes. like you said, quietly, yeah.
Yeah. He really is, and he's been balling for them for quite some time. Now, they had Frank Gore last year, right? Or maybe a couple years ago. Running back wise, who do they have at back?
Jordan Wilkins, Spencer Ware, Nyheim Hines, Marlon Mack.
Spencer Ware's been around a little bit, but they need to, show me something at the back. Mm-hmm. Their challenge last year was to keep protecting Luck, and they did that.
Okay.
They actually did that. I was worried about that at the beginning of the season, and Luck was not getting sacked. Now, maybe that was also a function of him getting that ball out. Mm-hmm. But either way, he was not getting sacked around like that, like he had been coming down into that. Luck used to be up there with Roethlisberger and Cam getting sacked a lot.
Mm-hmm. That he's not nearly as big as they are.
Correct. And I think that vastly contributed to his injury.
Right.
So,
it looks like the front runner for their running back position is going to be Marlon Mack, though.
Mack, there it is. Okay, I was like, there's a name we're missing.
Yeah,
right, so Mack is the back.
He was the last name I said. I probably just said it under my breath. But like, he missed 4 games last year and was still like 92 yards shy of reaching 100. Reaching 1,000. So they're probably going to put him up front as on the up front, but on the top of their depth chart.
And he should be. Okay, he's a good back. All right, so I'm not tripping. All right, cool. 12-4 for the Colts. I think they'll be good.
Maybe 11-5.
Okay.
Maybe 11-5.
I like them at 10-6. I like them above the Texans. I agree with you in that respect. I like the Titans. I'm going with the Titans.
Why do you like the Titans? What's to like about the Titans? offense.
The running game and the offensive. Look, Henry, if he's coming back and actually is going to play a full season like he played the second half of last season, I like what he's going to do or what he should do. I think Mariota, to me, Marcus Mariota has not been the problem here. The receivers have been a problem here. And their ability to catch, or inability to catch the ball has been a problem here.
I can't name a receiver there.
I can't either. That being said...
Oh, that's where Ryan Tannehill is, though.
As a backup. And they better hope so. Now, if something happens to Marcus Mariota, throw my prediction out the window because Ryan Tannehill will promptly lead them to 6-10. But what'll happen is he'll get credit for all the wins and then get a monster contract and then run Mariota out of there.
I didn't know they picked up Deion Lewis,
who I like, the running back
from the Patriots.
New England. Yeah. That's right. So I like him. I like the Titans. I think that contrary to what they did last year, they actually do have a sense of destiny about that division. And I actually think that they will compete with the Colts and with the Texans to win it. I think that they'll go. I think that they'll go also 11-5, but I think that they'll do like a tiebreaker situation.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they will.
You really like them.
I do like them.
11-5.
I do like them.
Wow.
Even though Malarkey, not Malarkey, is Mike in Tennessee?
Mike Malarkey.
Yeah, I think it is actually. But no, it's Vrabel. That's what it is. I didn't even have to look it up.
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, it's Vrabel. But even though I don't know how good of a coach he is, I think they have established an identity as a tough team. And I think when you're going against the Texans, especially, they're tougher than the Texans. Okay. Colts, that's not a bad call. That's going to be a fun division to watch. Unlike the Pittsburgh-Baltimore thing where I was like, I don't know which one. I don't know which one here, but only because all teams are good, not because all the teams are going to screw up. Here's the one team that's not good, the Jaguars.
Even with Super Bowl MVP Nicholas Foles?
Your boy.
My boy.
Your boy. The Jaguars, on and off the field, are a disaster. So, Jalen Ramsey, our favorite quarterback,
I can't stand it.
showed up in the Brinks truck.
He's so whack.
Just to say that he's going to come to camp this year, but he better get paid at some point. That was his, statement there.
And if I don't, I'm out.
Now, Tom Coughlin is the team president there. I'm not going to butcher this young man's name, but
their holdout.
Yes,
Yannick. We'll call him Yannick.
Yes, the defensive lineman. He's holding out, and he's actually very good. And actually, the terms of his contract, he is underpaid. That being said, because they're not going to pay him because they wasted money on Bortles, even though it's gone. They paid a whole bunch of people, and they know they have to pay Jalen Ramsey. See less 15 seconds ago when I talked about him. So they know they have to pay that money, so they're not going to pay this guy. But they should pay him. Tom Coughlin is very obstinate about holdouts, so they're probably not going to pay him. This is a distraction the Jaguars already don't need. I feel like they have a lot of distractions always going on. What's going on with Leonard Fournette? Yeah, he's been a complete malcontent for the last year and a half. So they don't know what they're going to do.
Their coach is Doug Marrone.
Yes. Yeah, and I was talking about Malarkey, but I really meant Marrone. Yeah.
And Alfred Blue is there.
Yes.
So we were talking about Alfred Blue.
Yeah, which means nothing for them.
Yeah.
But Doug Marrone is actually a good coach, in my opinion, even though he walked out on Buffalo and shouldn't be allowed to work in the league again just for doing that. X's and O's, and culture-wise, he actually is a good coach.
Man, Terrell Pryor can get a job, man.
Terrell Pryor should get a job.
If he ever gets used properly.
Exactly. He got hosed out of my Raiders' starting quarterback position. But anyway, all right. So Jacksonville trash. They're going to be trash. They're going to be trash.
I think they're trash, Jason.
Yeah.
We agree.
Okay,
disagree
trash
on
is Jason.
that. I think they're going to be.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you too hard. Trash or trash. The ceiling is trash adjacent.
I think they're going to be a little better than either one of us think. Like, if we were to sit here and think maybe they'd only win 4 games, they'll probably win 6.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I'm with that. All right. So.
Into
the West. All right. So. Look. You start with the West.
Yes, because I was going to say, last year I went out there. It's like, the Chargers go win the division. And they could have. There was one game that they didn't win. Yeah, they almost won the division. The Chargers. They have a holdout, Melvin Gordon, who I'm just going to go out here and say, like, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you asking for all this money? What have you done? You've done nothing. Who are you?
Now, I agree with everything you said. Did you hear the other little wrinkle about this? Phillip Rivers was?
Oh, no.
Phillip Rivers was interviewed about this. And I don't like Phillip Rivers, so I don't want to seem like I'm defending him, but I do think his words were twisted a little bit. But he essentially said, listen, we have a lot of running backs here. We're deep in that position, so we're gonna plow on ahead. And he didn't really say we wish we had him here or anything like that. And so then here's the funny.
He gave the robot answer.
Yeah, not only robot, but so you're saying you don't need me? F it.
Pretty much.
And then here's the funnier part. Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, who is now a safety in Kansas City. So Phillip Rivers' quote gets tweeted and added. He then adds it at Melvin Gordon. Because like I said, yeah, he's trolling. But I think they're boys. They're boys too.
Even still, he's a troll.
So he does that and he's like, yo, whatever. And then Melvin Gordon responds and he's like, right? He's tripping. Yeah, he's tripping. So that became a story in and of itself. People were like, yo, Phillip Rivers kind of went out of pocket, or Melvin Gordon real quick. And Tyrann Mathieu, of course, fed it. And then Melvin Gordon responded. So I haven't heard any response to the response. But I don't see Phillip Rivers responding. Phillip Rivers.
He got too many kids to worry about Twitter.
I mean, he got so many kids. But he's been in the league too long. He was out of pocket there. You don't say anything.
But what other time have we ever heard him speak, though?
Exactly. So, we wish we had him here. Hopefully it works out. Yeah, that's what you say, and you move on. So you knew you were with deep. Oh, he said we're deep in the position. Those are the exact words.
Are they?
I mean, they have Melvin Gordon, as you said, he's been hurt a lot. So they've had a lot of people come in to do that, and yes, they are kind of deep in the position.
Yeah, they're really deep in the position.
Yes. He wasn't lying.
He's not lying.
He wasn't lying.
But I will say this: Melvin Gordon, since his rookie season, he's 4th in yards from scrimmage and 2nd in touchdowns since he's been in the league. So I guess just imagine, if he would have actually been on the field, how much better he would have been. But the NFL doesn't make salaries based on imagining what you could have been. And they were 4-0 without him last year. So
yeah, I
guess again, it might have been a trite way to say it, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, he's tripping. He's tripping. He's smarter than that. And he shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have said it, period.
All right, next up we have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Chiefs are good. Look, Mahomes is the MVP, even if we disagree with it, and that's fine.
We got tape now, though.
They lost Eric Berry. That's a big loss. Defensively. It's a big loss.
It's a huge loss.
But there's no reason to believe that besides that, Tyreek Hill, through all kinds of miracles, in my opinion, will be playing every game this season.
I don't know how that's...
Yeah.
Well, the girlfriend or mother of his child backtracked.
Right.
So
they got more tape. But I'm not trying to bleed that into football.
Yeah, nah.
So, keep it in football. They have all their weapons. I do believe, besides Eric Berry, they've suffered a couple of other losses as well on the defensive side. That's what I'm most concerned about with the Chiefs, or not concerned about, but excited for my boys. So, look, the Chiefs are good. Hopefully, a year of tape on Patrick Mahomes will give competitors like my boys an advantage, but there's not a reason to believe that they will not be good. We already said the Chargers will be good, so maybe this is just my hope.
Yeah.
That this will be a competitive division as well. But the Chiefs will be good. Andy Reid will have a good game plan. Hopefully, somebody can figure out how he gets everybody open every play. Mahomes is confident. He's in the pocket. Actually, I do believe they have one loss on the O-line, too. They do seem to be able to get other O-linemen in and get them cropped. I do believe they drafted one, but that being said, you don't know that. But there's no reason to believe that they will not be a double-digit win team. No,
yeah, their whole
they're the prohibitive favorites.
Their whole offensive line is inexperienced, so that we're just gonna have to see how that plays out.
We'll see how that folks.
They picked up Bashar Breeland, which we didn't mention, along with Tyrann Mathieu.
Now Honey Badger, that's a good pickup. Breeland from the Redskins, I saw a lot of him slide, so we'll have to.
They added 6 defensive backs this year, so we'll see. They aren't short in the defensive back area, but the Kareem Hunt situation.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's gone, and now I'm kind of like, the running back situation kind of gives me pause. So we'll see again how that works out. But I mean, it's an Andy Reid team. He knows how to get them there.
Yes, he does.
They'll get regular season wins. I was kind of secretly hoping, even though I wanted to be right about the New England thing, I was kind of secretly hoping that they beat New England so Andy could get that ring, but he can't beat Billy. So he's just kryptonite.
Poor in-game decisions.
And time management. The time management has gotten better, but the in-game decisions,
It's terrible. But they're the prohibitive favorite. So, last but not least. All right, look. No Kirkin. The Kirkin
will come. It's not last. We didn't talk about the Broncos.
Oh, they were trash.
You hate the Broncos.
Oh, it's not so much hate. I don't have any respect for it. Look, okay. Joe Flacco, right?
Yeah.
They brought on Joe Flacco. Yeah, they replaced Case Keenum for Joe Flacco. They replaced crap for Shanola.
Look, for John Elway to have been like the greatest quarterback that franchise has ever seen, he makes the worst decisions in bringing in quarterbacks.
He lucked out, was able to talk to Peyton Manning, and was like, "Look, we're both good quarterbacks, and we want to
just end your career here."
Other than that, no. Joe Flacco's not the answer. We all know it. Von Miller is there. He's still there. He's still great. They got a new coach. Excuse me, but they're not good. Denver's not good. They're not good. They're trash.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're
ceiling is trash, Jason. No substantive improvements whatsoever. If I was a Denver fan and Joe Flacco was the highlight of my additions in the offseason, forget it.
Facts.
Yeah. So, trash. All right.
You might as well just go in somewhere and get high all season because you're going to need it.
Yeah. All right. So now, last but not least, because Denver was least. My boys, the Raiders. Listen, I kirked out about them last year. They made substantive improvements all over the place. But we'll see how that works out. Mike Mayock, the new GM. John Gruden is still lying all over the place, but he's settled in his.
He's Trump adjacent.
Yes, he is. It's so disgusting. All right, look. This is more sort of optimism. I don't know. I mean, I have reason to believe. We brought in O-lineman. We brought in Jacobs as the running back from Alabama or Georgia. We brought in Antonio Brown, who we'll get to in a moment. Incognito, who was a terrible addition,
Jesus.
In terms of.
Why does he have a job?
Yeah, but we brought him in. We brought in some pieces. We've done some good things. We've shored up some weaknesses. For some reason, believe Conley is going to be good. He's been okay, and had a good, solid season last year. Defensively, we brought in some people as well. I believe my boys will compete for the division. We've given Kansas City problems, even when we're bad. We've given Los Angeles.
They forever gonna be San Diego to me.
Even when we've been bad. So I have no reason to believe that we can't compete with them. I am completely not emotionally prepared for this season, and I'm predicting 10 to 11 wins. That probably is not realistic, but that's what I believe.
Oh, just wait till Derek Carr can't get AB the ball.
And you know what? I hope AB screams on him if that's the case, because that will mean that Derek Carr threw it in the dirt, which he was doing last year because he was scared. So let's get to AB, and then I'll kind of wrap this up. AB came to camp today. Camp opened yesterday.
Antonio Brown for you non-Antonio listeners,
formerly Pittsburgh, came to camp in a hot air balloon.
Sounds fun.
Now, he has a tradition of arriving to camp in posh and circumstance. Came to camp in a hot air balloon, landed, went in the facility, and then an hour later, a report comes out that he has a non-football related injury. So here's what I want to know. Did he have the non-football related injury when he was in the balloon, or did the injury occur between the time he emerged from the balloon to the front door of the facility before he could make it to his first practice? This is how I knew I was not emotionally prepared for this season whatsoever. It was ridiculous. The sequence was, I got the alert that he came in the balloon, and then 2 hours later, I got the alert that he was not practicing for a non-football related injury that the Raiders call, quote-unquote, very minor. I guarantee you this is something serious, and I guarantee you we're lying about it, because that's what we do. We lie about stuff. We're embarrassed that the man came, and then here comes Gruden. Oh, yeah, I love 84. He's going to do dramatic stuff, and I'm looking forward all season. That's a lie. You're lying. We're lying again. And I don't like it, and this isn't the Kurt, but this is a taste. I'm not emotionally prepared for the season. That being said, I think we're going to be all right. I actually think AB is going to have a good season. I think Carr's going to get it to him. I think Jacobs, our young boy, is going to be good. It's been a while since I've had a running back that I could look at. Look, Marshawn Lynch, no disrespect, but he was old and he was coming off a couple of injuries from Seattle.
Yeah, he was a little ignorant too.
Yeah, right. We brought a young boy in here who we can actually he's not going to be Saquon Barkley or anything, but he was good in school. He was good in college, so we can use him. So I'm excited. I think we'll be good. I think we'll be competitive. We will not be trashed like last year. If we are, by literally week 3, I'm going to be a basket case. That's my prediction. But in all seriousness, the Chiefs are the prohibitive favorite there. We have to fight them. I do like us for a playoff spot, a wild card. So we're going to get technical about the divisions. Would I be safe to say Chiefs for you for the West?
Nope.
Oh, Chargers. Mm-hmm. Going with your boys again. Okay. So then if Chargers, then Chiefs would probably be your wild card there. Right? Chiefs would be your wild card.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I predict that you will be a basket case.
I would. North.
Baltimore.
Baltimore for you. Pittsburgh for me. East, New England for both of us.
Yeah.
South. Probably 2 teams out of the South, I think, for both of us.
I said the Colts.
I said the Titans.
Yeah.
And if there's one other wild card, do you believe it'll come out of there? Because you have two out of the West, one out of the North, one out of the East. So
yeah. The wild cards will probably be one from the West and one from the South.
Okay.
Unless Pittsburgh and Baltimore sneak in there, but
okay. Yeah. I could agree with that. I think
no one from the East is getting a wild card.
No, nobody's from the East.
Yeah.
Now, are you prepared to do a playoff prediction real quick?
I kind of basically just did, didn't I?
No, I'm sorry. advancement in the playoffs?
No.
All right. Now, I'll put myself on the line here, guys. Sham and I talked about this in pre-production meeting. AFC Championship, NFC Championship. I like NFC Championship, Saints, Bears.
Oh, shock and horror.
Saints, Bears. AFC Championship. Patriots' time is done. Pittsburgh. I mean, I would love to say my boys, but I can't.
That would be irresponsible.
It would. Pittsburgh, Casey. And then Super Bowl, the Bears beat Pittsburgh.
Oh, you going for a grind out?
Yep.
Huh? Looks good on paper. Sounds good.
Tough guy league.
Wow.
Tough guy league.
I don't think any of that will happen, but I'm not prepared to tell you what I think will happen. Yeah. But I know what is happening right now. We are wrapping up this episode of the podcast.
And it's so much fun. We're so ready for the season.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've already got my plans on which games I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to Minnesota this year.
Yeah. Nice.
So that'll be cool. We hope you guys enjoyed listening to us fodder over our NFL teams and predictions. This was a lot of fun for us. We don't generally get to do like an all sports episode, so we're excited, and we hope that you enjoyed it too. As always, you can find us on Instagram at the Stop Playing Podcast, on Twitter at Stop_Playing Pod, on our Facebook page, and you can email us at stopplayingpodcast@gmail.com. Also tell your friends, because you can find us on multiple platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Google Play. So if you've got an Android or iPhone, it's right in there for you. You don't even have to download a new app. But for those of you who are already subscribing to Castbox, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Stitcher, please look for us there. And as I always like to say, no double dipping unless it's the podcast. Keep your chips on the plate, use a spoon, and good night.
Good night.
Stop playing.